Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a change up in my binders that I've been wanting to do, as well as answer 40 questions. So I was tagged by Jessie Budgets, and as I make the changes, I'm going to just go through those questions. So I'm going to be looking at my computer here while I do this. So question number 1, do I have pets? Well, if you are a subscriber to my channel for quite some time, you know that yes, I do. Though there are a lot of new people here, so hi, hello. But yes, I do have a cat, Teddy, and she is my cat. And then I also have another cat, Kenzie, who is more so my boyfriend's cat. I did not line that up at all. Oh my god, I did not line that up at all. So there's a little bit, so let's fix that. So I kind of was weird with cats for a while. I had some bad experiences growing up, and back in 2012 we got this cat. His name was Braveheart, but we called him Kitty Boy, and I just fell in love with cats because of him. He was 22 pounds, and he passed away almost 3 years ago, right after my birthday, next month in July, so it's always really sad, but he had a very aggressive cancer, so some of his tail, the day after Valentine's Day, a bit of his tail was amputated because he had a mass growing there, and it was a rare form of cancer as far as like where he got it on his body. And so, you know, they didn't think that it would spread, so they took enough margin of his tail so that he would be good, but sadly that wasn't the case because it came back, and it came back super aggressive. So, but yes, a long-winded answer to say yes, I do have pets. Yeah, my vision is still very much off because of that situation from earlier. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I've been with my boyfriend going on 13 years. Do you drink alcohol? No, I really don't drink alcohol. Last weekend, I had my first sip of alcohol in a really, really, really long time. I got that out of my system. I'm having a really tough time seeing right now with my vision still being blurred. Yeah, I got that out of my system. You know, you're in your young 20s, and you party it up, whatever, and once you're in your 30s, it's like, whatever. Just different stage of life. Number 4, do you believe in God? Yeah, I'm not like religious or anything, but I mean, I believe in a higher power, so we'll just leave it at that. Hot dogs or cheeseburgers? Cheeseburgers, hands down. Hot dogs are disgusting, honestly. They make me gag. Ugh, I hate hot dogs with a passion. So sorry if my statement triggered anybody. Wow, this is really hard for me to see. But yeah, sorry if that offends anybody. I really hate hot dogs. Ugh. Favorite food. So I'm gonna go with chicken parmesan. I would say that's favorite, and obviously pizza. Like, come on. So yeah, I guess I really love Italian dishes, you could say. There's a little bit of white, and it also helps that I cannot see. Let's start from back here, just to get it all. Okay. What do you drink in the morning? Normally water, but lately I've been having a shaken espresso Starbucks dupe. I'll link that video actually if you really like the chocolate shaken espresso from Starbucks. I did a video on a dupe for that you can make from home if you have an espresso machine. Can you do 100 push-ups? Without hesitation, no. I do not have upper body strength whatsoever. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Yeah. And I think I read somewhere semi-recently that women tend to have stronger legs. More of their core strength comes from their legs compared to guys. Like, guys usually have more strength in their arms. I don't know how true that is. Number 9 is favorite season. I mean, I hate being hot and everything, but I would say summer. I absolutely love summer. I absolutely love fall too. I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania, and it's so beautiful when the leaves start to change and there's just that smell of fall in the air. I love fall too, but summer, I think I get seasonal depression. I hibernate like a bear. I hibernate like a bear in the cooler months in winter. So summer's when I start to go out and about more and do more things. Follow-up to that is favorite hobby. So hiking. Hiking is my absolute favorite hobby. And I will show some pictures and stuff. I'll insert those here for you guys. But yeah, that's like my happy place. Let's see. Do you have tattoos? Yes, I do. And as a matter of fact, I want to get another. So I have one on either shoulder blade. Maybe I'll try to insert pictures. They're going to be from my young 20s, of course. But I remember taking a picture of my back. I was dressed. I look naked in the picture. But one is of 2 interlocking hearts. Me and my best friend got that, Jess. I often speak of her on this channel. And then the other it's supposed to look like 4-leaf clovers with like hearts in between. And it says hope, faith, love, luck. I'm not so much a fan of that one nowadays. Like it's faded, and the color choices that I made back then, I don't like it that much. And then on my shoulder, I have a hiking scene actually. So I'm thinking about doing something like maybe here or something. So I'm trying to save up for my birthday to get a tattoo. So number 12 is, do you wear glasses? Oh, I did not realize that was a question, but yes. Yes, I do. When I am sitting in front of like my computer, I wear glasses, and then I wear prescription lenses when I'm driving, so it's like hard to see far out, to see like signage and stuff, so I will wear glasses. Well, I will only wear my sunglass lenses then. I don't wear glasses, if that makes sense, when I'm driving. Just my sunglasses. Do you have any phobias or fears? This one's a bit morbid, but I don't know, I'm afraid of dying. Like, my fear is that if I were to die, it's going to be by murder or something. Like, that's so weird. It's probably not rational, I would say, but my fear is, like, if I were to die, it would be, like, a torturous way of going out, like murder. I hope that when I do pass, it'll be peaceful. So I do want to swap out vacations, because I really, like, honestly don't take vacations. So I'm going to swap it for living life, because when I do things, it's like little trips, like for example going hiking, like a day trip going somewhere hiking. Maybe I'll need some money for that, for the travel or something of that nature. Do you have a nickname? This is question number 14. So my name is Allison, but some people call me Allie. My dad calls me Alley Cat. So I will answer if anybody calls me Allie or Alley Cat, whatever. But whenever I'm asked what my name is, I say Allison. But if people call me by a nickname, like, that's totally okay with me. I need to see if I have A6. Please hold. Okay, so I do have some A6. The issue is they're a little bit tacky. I used to label them on the outside, and you know, sometimes I change my mind, change categories, and that's why I started to do these inserts, so that I can change my mind, as I typically do. So I'm going to see if I can try to rub it off a bit while I answer the questions. I don't know if that's possible. I don't have my one thing up here with me, so I'm just going to try to use this a little bit, but I have this like wallpaper stripper that I've used before. It helped with a lot of them get the stickiness off, but I don't know if this is going to work, so we'll try. We will try. Number 15 is, what is your favorite candy? So when we are talking about like non-chocolate candy, I would say Skittles. And if we're talking about like a chocolate related candy, I'm going to say a Milky Way is my favorite. But also, oh man, like, dang, oh, that shape looks very foul. I'm obsessed with the M&Ms lately. The caramel cold brew, Chef's Kiss, so good. And then their caramel ones, I think it's just called caramel, but those actually to me taste like mini Milky Ways, so I really love those too. Question number 16. Okay, so this is going to be a longer answer to this. But the question is, do you believe in ghosts? And to that, I say yes. Yes, I actually do believe in ghosts. So my stepdad, who raised me with my mom, because I lived with my mom and my stepdad, he, to me, was my father. Like, he's been there throughout my whole life, my entire life. He passed away very suddenly. By a bowel obstruction. Looking back, I think the cause to that was a hernia down in his pelvic region. He had a huge growth there, and, you know, typical male, stubborn. And yeah, so he was hospitalized. I will never forget it. I was in East Stroudsburg because I was attending college, and my sister, who is like the strong one of the family, and like if she's got on the phone telling you something's an emergency, or if she's like emotional, you know shit's going down. So basically it was like a call, Allison, you need to get here now, that sort of thing. So a friend of mine that I was working with at the time drove me down because I was in no shape to drive. And she drove me down, and he was on life support at the time. Basically, I guess his heart couldn't handle it with everything that was going on, and he passed. And so while he was there, he was on life support at the time, because at first he was responsive and talking, but then he ended up on life support. So I was able to talk to him and everything like before that happened, but I added the scarf to it. But this my brother purchased for him, this puppy dog, which is currently dusty, but that's okay. I've always had this very close by to me. This is really the only thing of, oh my god, I don't want to get emotional. This is the only thing of my dad's that I have. So, because it was given to him in the hospital, my brother let me have it. So I had a really, really, really hard time coping with his death. And I watched him die. So that was very traumatic for me. To this day, as a 36-year-old woman, still sometimes have nightmares about that. You know, it's much different than in the movies to actually watch someone die. So I had a really hard time coping with it. And this is losing its tackiness, by the way. So I had a really hard time coping with his death, and you know, I was friends with people. They suggested like, hey, come to youth group with us, you know. So I did, and while I was there, and they suggested, hey, you know, like, why don't you try, you know, like, if you were praying, like, talk to him at nighttime. So prior to this, I would have this dog, like, grip tightly in my arms when I would go to sleep, and I would wake up every day, and, you know, I move around my sleep and be kicked on the floor. Well, this is really dusty. It would be kicked on the floor, you know, that sort of thing. So after someone had suggested, like, hey, talk to him at night. Well, that's exactly what I did. And I held this dog, and I was laying in bed in the dark at night. And, you know, I was like, hey, Dad, I know you don't know this because you were not awake when it was given to you, but this was your dog. And it means a lot to me. And Danny gave it to me. But this was your dog. Yeah, so I basically told him about it and that I missed him and said things to him, you know, words I wanted to say to have some sort of closure. And from that point forward, when I would go to bed and I would wake up every day, because I would be so upset that it was like kicked on the floor or whatever. But from that point forward, after I had that talk, this dog would be exactly where I left him, in my arms, and I move around. I move on my back, my side, like all the things. And from that point forward, where it was when I went to bed is where it stayed when I woke up. So I believed that he was there with me. So that was like one of the more physical things to me that confirmed, like, wow, like, he's here with me. But I've seen things too. I'm gonna sound so crazy, but I've seen like his like shadowy figures and stuff. Anyways, like, this could be a whole other story. And maybe some people that don't believe it are like, okay, that's crazy, Allison. But oh my gosh, this worked really well. It's so much better now. Long-winded way of saying, yes, I believe that ghosts are real. So I'm going to put this back right next to me where he was sitting before. Number 17 is rain or snow. Hands down, without hesitation, rain. Absolutely hate snow. Beautiful to look at. It scares the crap out of me to drive in ice and snow, and I've had some really scary things happen. So yeah, I'd rather rain. Do you have any piercings? Yes, I have my nose pierced. My left ear going up into the cartilage area, I have 7 total. And then my right ear, I have 6 total. And I used to have my tongue pierced, but I let that go. Maybe when I was like 24, maybe. I don't know. I was like, this feels juvenile to have my tongue pierced, so I let it grow back. But my nose ring, I absolutely love my nose ring. I will be an old lady. If I make it, God willing, I will be an old lady with my nose ring. What is your age? 36. French fries or onion rings? Question number 20. French fries. I do like some onion rings. Very hard though. Like, I'm okay with onions, but not to the point where the entire onion is falling out of the breading. I'm not that okay with it. So Burger King onion rings are basically like mush, so those I'm okay with. Question number 21. Do you have any children? No, I do not. I do not. My boyfriend does from his previous relationship, but met her and my boyfriend, you know, when she was age 2 and she's now 15, so I'm not like engaged or anything to him, so but she refers to me as her stepmom. Question number 22, right? Yeah. What is your favorite color? Purple and pink. But between the two, I don't know. That's hard. Purple and pink are my favorite colors. And it worked out well too because the 2 interlocking heart tattoos that I got with my best friend, those are our favorite colors too, and one's purple and one's pink. Question number 23, can you sing? No. That's actually one talent that I've always wished that I had, but I do not. Can you whistle? Yes. Yes, I can. Question 25, where were you born? I was born in Pennsylvania, closer to the Philly area. I'm originally from down around there. Question number 26 is, do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I am the youngest of my siblings, so I have my oldest sister. She is 16 years older than I, so then I have my brother. There was another brother who is deceased. Never met him, but he passed away when he was 2 years old. Is back when they were discovering not to give children Tylenol. It was back in the 70s. So he ended up with he developed Ray's syndrome, and he passed away in my dad's arms, my biological dad's arms, obviously. So I believe he had the flu and like chicken pox at the same time, or I don't know. He had multiple things going on with him at the time. Like he was just really, 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 really sick, and my parents were trying to get his fever down, so he was taking Tylenol. Question number 27. I mean, yeah, I can cook. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like a 5-star chef or anything, but you know, I've learned as I went along and can follow a recipe and can make various food and whatnot. So yeah, I can cook. Question number 28. Can you swim? I'm not very great at it, but let me tell you, I can do a mean doggy paddle. Oh my gosh. Question 29 is shower or bath? Shower. Believe me, there's times where I'd love to take a bath, like if I'm having like sore muscles or something, but we don't have a bathtub. It's all stand-up showers here, so that kind of sucks. Question 30 is city or nature, and based on my hobby, that is my favorite. I mean, I'm such a girly girl. I love makeup and doing my hair and all that stuff, but I love hiking. I love being outside. It's so peaceful. Hate being hot and sweaty, but yeah, the city makes me nervous, like driving in it, the traffic, like going down to Philly makes me so nervous. I get so worried that I'm going to get into an accident. Question 31, are you a good friend? I would say yeah. I would say I'm a great friend. Always want the best for my friends and that sort of thing, but I mean, sometimes when I'm anxious, and this is a in general thing, I'm terrible at messages. Like sometimes I get backed up on messages, but like if I'm overwhelmed or stressed, the idea of like messages is so daunting to me. So I'm not very great when it comes to that sort of thing. Question 32, have you broken any bones? No, I have not. Thank God. How many TVs do you own? That's like such a strange question. One, but I'm not using it. It's like a really tiny 19-inch. Technically, there's other TVs in this apartment, but they were purchased by my boyfriend. So like, you know, we have one in the living room. Technically, it's not my TV. But we're not like really TV watchers here, honestly. I'd much rather pull up my phone and like watch YouTube or watch like on an app, you know, like Netflix or something. So question 34, what was your worst pain ever? I would say when I had my gallbladder attack. That was the worst pain. There was another occasion too, but yeah, when I had my gallbladder attack back in November, I took myself to the hospital finally. I was in so much pain, and I kept having these pains and whatnot, and I had two things going on. So I had stomach ulcers, so they did an endoscopy on me, and they saw that my stomach was bleeding. So because of the pain, you know, I had been taking a bunch of ibuprofen and stuff to manage the pain, and it obviously wasn't working very well. So I didn't have any gallstones or anything like that. When I ended up seeing a specialist later, because I ultimately decided that I'm not going to do surgery right now. I'm trying to manage it through diet and lifestyle and stuff. So basically, if you have gallstones, that's like surefire way, like, okay, you're having surgery. That's what's going to happen. But then there's people that fall into the category that have underactive, like, or overactive gallbladders, I guess. I don't know. Like, the surgeon kind of explained it. So he very much let it be my decision. Like, you can, or you can do surgery. Like, you don't have to. Like, I kind of was going to. I've had a few gallbladder checks since I was in the hospital, but I'm learning what my body does and doesn't like. Like with coffee, I can't have something strong like an espresso on an empty stomach. I very much need to have food processed in my body before that. Otherwise, it's like too harsh for my gallbladder to process. I don't know. It's strange, but okay, this is definitely lost its tackiness, so that's good. That was the worst pain. So my gallbladder functions just not well all the time. And then I would say the other worst pain, believe it or not, back in 2021, I had COVID. It was back when it was still very dangerous and people were being hospitalized and on ventilators and stuff. It came with pain. Like when you have the flu, you know how you sometimes have aches and pains. I had never experienced that when I had flu before, but I did with that, and I had the worst back pain. Like, I was in tears because it was so painful, of back pain. Like, so painful. So painful. So I'm doing this Mama Bear one. I really liked when I saved up for Mother's Day and I took her out and about, because she's in a nursing home. It was really nice, and like, she definitely got overstimulated. She's not used to like being out like that and being around a bunch of people, but it was really nice. So I want to be able to just slowly put money. 35, do you like to dance? I'm very self-conscious, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, like, what if someone sees me and I look stupid, whatever. Like, I care too much what other people think. So yeah, no. I don't really like dancing. 36, camping or hotel. I mean, camping's fun. I don't mind doing it. I did it semi-recently. It was so much fun. But, you know, like, if I had to choose between the two, I'd rather comfort. But I'm down to camp. Question 37. Do you think you are weird? Of course. I'm kind of, you know, I find things funny that my boyfriend doesn't necessarily think are funny. You know, probably thinks I'm weird. And dorky sometimes. I'm sure. Whatever. 38. How long have you been gardening? I have not been gardening. Where should I put these? Let me kind of see my categories that I have here. So we have supplements, personal care, household, hair, self-care. This is in no way an order of importance either. I'm just seeing if it makes sense anywhere. Oh, I still have a new home in here. Oh, I could have swapped. It's been all this time. See this one? I forgot. I don't actually want this in here anymore. Like, this is not a priority because I have debt. Like, let's be real. This is not on my radar right now. So let's take this out and swap it, since this was like a newer one that was not tacky ever. So furniture, living life. So what was this? Gifts. Maybe I'll kind of put this stuff after gifts because it just makes sense to me. So we'll put Mama Bear here. So that works. Yeah, so I don't garden. Question 39, what is one thing you would like to grow in your garden? Well, I don't have one, but if I had one, I would love to have sunflowers. I love sunflowers. I think they're so pretty. Apparently there was some planted here at some point. I remember years ago in the back corner of the yard where I live. They were so tall. I had no idea that they got so tall. It was so crazy, but they look so pretty. And then question number 40, what is your growing zone? I literally have no idea what that even means, so I can't answer that. Yeah, that was all 40 questions, and it was great timing because I finished kind of fixing up this binder. So this is my low priority binder. Now it kind of works a bit. Like there's things in here that I still, because they're just not a priority, but I'd love to be able to save money for that, for some things like that, and furniture, because I don't have a drawer on my one dresser. Like it's literally, the clothing's in the dresser, but the front of it broke off. And so I'm sure that dresser is probably 30 some odd years old. So it's very, very old, but my clothing falls out of it all the time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and I wanted to move over because I had in here that I put in at the time $11. And I wanted to move it over because my nephew's graduation is going to be in July. Oh, perfect. And so I wanted to put it into family gatherings. So I would like to tag the winning wallet, and I'd also like to tag BKA budgets. I will put all 40 questions in the description box below, so go ahead, check that out. But I hope that you can also do this tag and answer these questions. I'd love to watch your guys' videos and see what your answers are. So I hope you enjoyed and have a great rest of your night. Bye!